In the swamp, trumping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Ridge battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that skull. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal. SC pride, we keep it real from the swamp to the grove. Let that crowd roll. It's water cooler talk. We talk that skull.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, everybody that is here. We are around the water cooler tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be one for the ages because a lot of people are upset. But before we get into it, man, I am your man, Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk Sports Podcast. My guy Marcus is not in with us right now. Maybe he'll jump in a minute. But ladies and gentlemen, we thank y'all so much for rocking with us here tonight around the water cooler. Before we get into it, make sure that you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the Water Cooler Talk and TikTok there as well. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. And of course, man, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube because you know what? We're trying to get to 900 subs. We're trying to go that way to 900 subs, man. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, man, so you can push us out to more people so people can come watch us and stuff like that, man. We appreciate it. And also, man, just so you know, man, we are going to be here for the game on Saturday. Will it be Hugh Freeze's last game as the head coach of Auburn? According to some reports, maybe not, but he will be in the locker room, man. And we'll be watching Auburn at Arkansas, 11:45 p.m. kickoff. We will be here at 11:30, 15 minutes before kickoff, man, and we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling and started. And then as soon as we done in the locker room, head on over to Auburnetics TV for the official post-game reaction show, Tiger Vent, with the mayor, Marcus Fitzpatrick, DC Wolf, and Auburn Tez. And as always, man, make sure that you mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk, man. Shout out to our guy, DJ, day one supporter of Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood EY. And of course, follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Shout out to our guy DJ, man. Hollywood. Fellas, around the water cooler with us tonight. We got our guy from at It's SC Season. Everybody's favorite Auburn fan. Auburn Tez. Tez, how you feeling, man? Tez, we cannot hear you, Tez.
What's happening? Can you hear me now?
We got you. Shout out to Ted. And of course, I got come around with us all the time. Majority of the time, it is. I talked to him early on the phone, man. He was mad as all the way. Shout out to Ken. What up, Ken? What's going on, Ken?
Yo, man. Yo.
Shout out to my guy Kid. And then, of course, you see him, you know him from the Up Tempo podcast. It is the one, the only, the man with the best rants in the Auburn space. It is Dustin from Up Tempo. What's going on, Dustin? How you feeling, man?
You know, everyone's been complimenting me on my rants this week, and I always tell them I want to be happy. I can't wait till I can't wait till I don't have to rant. I would love to be able to talk about a good football team. We're good, man. We're sitting here, got a little Conference USA midweek action on Middle Tennessee. Derek Mason is really struggling 1-5, taking on the Delaware Blue Hens, you know, so just got a little football on, ready to come around here and talk about something that I feel like we've been talking about I talk about it for 10, 15 hours every week, it feels like. this man, Hugh Freeze. So
that's the topic of discussion right now, man. Before we get into it, man. Yeah, Hubert Freeze. Shout out to I got Auburn Dad, man. Auburn Dad for life in the chat. He said, "Let's go, word amigo." Shout out to Auburn Dad. Auburn Dad was the one that actually put me on this story because I was not paying attention to this. He sent this to me, and I was like, "Wait a minute." So I had to go to my I had to go look this up, and I read it. I was like, "Oh, we talking about this tonight." He sent back LOL. I was like, "Yeah, man, we talking about this tonight, man. This is gonna be good, man." Shout out to I got Fire Freeze in the chat. Fire Freeze said Auburn SID got the crew working overtime trying to gaslight people on Twitter. Shout out to Fire Freeze, man. I got Fire Freeze. Mike got Wine Time in Sports is in the chat. What's up, Wine Time, man? Hey. Shout out to my guy Wine Time. Today, I went over on Pub Sports Radio and we capped with Jimmy the Bag and Wine Time. We did some SEC picks. We did about 6 SEC games. Of course, we picked Auburn. We picked between the Auburn-Arkansas game. Of course, I picked Arkansas on the money line to win. But, man, shout out to Wine Time, man. Shout out to Jimmy the Bag over at Pub Sports Radio, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe over to those guys. Man, doing great things over there. If you like betting, if you like picking spreads, if you like picking overs, if you like fading, if you like all that, go subscribe to Pub Sports Radio, man. Doing great work over there. Doing great work. Shout out to my guy, man. As always. Mike McKinney in the chat. What's up, Mike? How you feeling, my guy? How you feeling, Mike? Fellas War Eagle, man. AUTJ, what's up, my guy? Hope you feeling all right, man. Everybody in the chat saying what's up. The king of the comments is in. What's up? What's up, Trevor? Mr. 21, can you do something for me? Ed Darby in this thing. What's up, Ed? He said the team is doing warm-ups as a team now. Wow. Ed told us that there were people that was going to practice basically saying that the defense was doing warm-ups as a team, but the offense was doing warm-ups in their particular groups. So the offensive line will warm up together, the running backs will warm up together, the wide receivers will warm up together. So they was warming up separately, but the defensive side of the ball was warming up as a team. So apparently they warming up all together now. Whoa, we might be heading that might be a step in the right direction. I don't know. That could be.
If that was the answer, bro, like it's
we could be a team now. A team. The concept of the team is what we're talking about. The concept of the team. It is what it is, man. Shout out to our guy, King Richard in the chat. What's up, King, man? Word out, amigo the King, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We're about to get into it because man, this is about to be one show that I think a lot of people want to rant. So Tez had an epic rant over on sharpshooters, is what he had one. Maybe we get one from Tez tonight. I don't know. Maybe we get one from Kendall already ran it over the phone. Maybe we'll get another one from Kendall. Maybe you'll hear what I heard over the phone.
Maybe. Man. It takes a lot of energy, man.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I can understand the non-firing, like one of you said, you don't have a better option to call offensive plays. Shout out to King Richard. Mike McKinney said, that's my coach. Mike, I think you might be the only one saying that, but I think you might be one of the only people that said that, Mike. Chris Law in the chat. What's up, Chris, man? He said, I might be wrong, but Auburn will probably beat Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mercer, finishing 6-6, and Freeze will be back next season with Deuce Knight. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep putting this in your ear. I'm gonna keep saying this. If Hugh Freeze finishes anything less than 8 wins, or even at 8 wins, with this roster and the talent on this roster, do you feel confident going forward the next 2 to 3 seasons with Hugh Freeze at the helm as the head coach? I keep asking that question.
It ain't about do we feel confident. It's what we gonna see.
Feeling
It's tough to use the
myself.
word
Feeling
confident and
myself.
Hugh Freeze
Feeling
in the same
myself. Feeling
sentence.
myself. Phil Petway in the chat. What's up? Dwight in the chat. What's going on? Ronnie Phillips in the chat. What's up, my guy? Hope everybody doing well, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for rocking with us as always, man. Dwight said got to control. But man, you know, Dwight, I ain't got no problems with Dwight. I ain't got no problems with Dwight. No problems with Dwight. Even though he an Alabama fan, I have no problems with Dwight. Because Dwight be making sense sometimes. About 85, 87% of the time. Who will say that? Would you
About
would
the
you
other
agree?
13.
I don't know. The other 13, I'd be like, it can go another way. You feel what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Man, we appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us as always, man. All right, let's get into it, man. So, just so y'all know, this is what we talking about. This is what has a lot of people up in arms. This has a lot of people up in arms tonight, right here, man. The one legendary Phillip Marshall has been in the Auburn sphere for a long, long time. Let me take the banner down so you'll be able to see all of it. He put out on the message boards yesterday or earlier today about conversations in Auburn about one Hugh Freeze's employment with Auburn University. I'm put it up right here. This is what he said. This is from Phillip Marshall himself. This is from Phillip Marshall. Phillip Marshall said he gave a disclaimer at the beginning. He said, "Please don't shoot the messenger." That's what he said. Please don't shoot the messenger. He said, there is little chance that anything is done one way or the other before the end of the season. That is not to say there's no chance, but everything I hear from people close to the situation points in that direction. Significant donors, not necessarily all of them, remain firmly in Freeze's corner. The players and committed recruits remain firmly in Freeze's corner. I got to question that one. Assuming Freezer stays, there could be a change or two on the staff. One thing every so-called power broker to whom I have talked tells me is that it is John Cohen's call and no one else's. Phillip Marshall's words. And as you know, I'm a member of Auburn Undercover. So I got this from my account when it was brought to my attention. I had to go look this up and find it to see if this was true. This is per Phillip Marshall from Auburn Undercover. You see the words there on the screen. That's what you see. So now, fellas, that y'all have seen it, pretty sure that y'all perused it and digested it. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. And I'm going to start off because I want him to get it. I want him to get it fired up because I want to hear everybody's real rap raw emotions tonight about this. Dustin, lead us off, Law. Lead us off with devotion, Dustin.
Woo. All right. Man, oh man. Guys, Hugh Freeze is not going to be Auburn's head coach next year. So let's just get even worrying about that out of the way. Auburn's going to lose a lot more games. I think Auburn's going to lose to Arkansas, and I think it's going to be a more than one possession loss. So this whole we're close to good teams thing, I just don't see how Auburn can score enough points. If Auburn's defense holds Arkansas to, say, 27 points, that would be a significant number under Arkansas's average, and DJ Durkin's defense has done a good job all season of holding teams under their average. So even if he held them to 27, that'd be a good day. They just put up 42 on a defense that Auburn put up 3 on. I'm not counting the 2-yard touchdown that Xavier Atkins gave you. So they're going to score points. In what world? Seriously. Where is Auburn going to score more than 20 points? And don't give me, well, Arkansas's defense sucks. Let's all go back to the first year that Hugh was there, was at Auburn, and Auburn was struggling, had lost a couple of games, I believe. Go to LSU. LSU has the worst defense in the SEC. This will be a get-right game for Auburn. And they score 19 points. Remember this game? 4th and 5, Peyton Thorne runs out of bounds 2 yards short of the first down. Just said, I don't even want to pick it up. Just ran out of bounds, walked back to the sideline. No one checked him. Just no emotion. Just showed up, got our ass kicked, and left. That LSU defense was terrible. They ranked they were well into the 100s, bottom of the SEC that year. That offense did absolutely nothing to them. So Auburn's not going to do anything to Arkansas's offense. It's our defense. As bad as Arkansas's defense is, I promise Auburn's offense is the worst unit in the SEC. So is there a debate on that at this point? So they're not going to score any points Saturday. They're going to lose to Arkansas. And even if they win, there's more losses coming. You're not beating Vanderbilt. You're not beating Bama. Let's go back to the beginning of the season. Let's say they win versus Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mercer and then lose to Vanderbilt and Bama. Let's say it goes chalk. And I don't even think it would be chalk because Arkansas is actually favored right now, I think. But let's just say that happens and they go 6-6. Let's go back then to the beginning of the year. What we have all said. Well, if Auburn goes 6-6, what would happen? We all would have answered Hugh Freeze gets fired. So, it's just. And I have a lot of respect for Phillip Marshall. I understand the report. He kind of had an extended article explaining how things can change and all that. And
he did.
I believe he got told by some prominent boosters, hey, we're still in Freeze's corner. Lose to Arkansas Saturday. Lose to Kentucky. lose to Kentucky at home at night. And then tell me if they're still going to be in this corner. And also, let's not ignore what other people are reporting. Josh Pate has said 2 times since Auburn lost to Missouri that sources have indicated to him that if Auburn loses to Arkansas Saturday, that Hugh Freeze is gone. Well, I believe Josh Pate to be respected and not. I think he's going to come on. He's going to come on his show, the biggest college football show in the world. He's not going to say that unless he had reason to say that. My guy Mike G, he said, "Hey, I believe that this process is already in motion." He did an episode on the Auburn Express with Kyle Rush where he said, "I think this process is already in motion. The conversations have already been had behind the scenes, and if Auburn loses to Arkansas, that'll be the end." So there's reports the other way as well, and yeah, there's just maybe a few wins 4 out of 5. Maybe if they roll into that Iron Bowl 7-4 and they lose a close one, and he can say, "Well, we did get one game where the SEC apologized." You have the reports coming out today that they fired forever the referee, the head referee from the Georgia game. So yeah, that could maybe if you got to 7-5, you can make that argument. Well, there was also 2 games where the officials really went against us and all that kind of stuff. Maybe, but I mean, Auburn's not beating Vanderbilt. I don't think Auburn's going to beat Alabama. I've predicted them to lose to Arkansas. There's a lot more losses coming. So eventually, man, look, guys, y'all watched the press conference, I'm assuming. Did it not feel like you're watching the end credits of a movie and they're and they've got you locked in we're locked in we're locked in the theater right now. We're locked in the theater. We've seen the movie. It's over. We didn't like it. Okay. The popcorn sucked. The plot was terrible. Everything about our experience at this movie was ass. And we would like to move on from it. And we're just kind of being locked in the theater right now. And they're making us watch the end credits, costume designer, photographs. We're just kind of watching this roll through. This movie's over, guys. So sure, there could be a couple of prominent boosters in his corner today. They might be saying that kind of stuff publicly. And then also, what's the final part of that? The final part of that, Nick, and I'll be done here. The final part of that is John Cohen's decision. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I can take you back to that car quote. Sounds to me like John Cohen teetering a little bit, right? One thing every so-called power breaker to whom I've talked to tells me is that John Cohen's calling no one else. Well, it certainly seemed like with that, my car might not start when I expect it to. That is not what you've seen at places like Florida State, right? Where they came out and said, "Hey, Mike Norvell's our guy for the rest of this year, and then we'll evaluate it at the end of the season," which kind of just read like we're going to fire Mike Norvell at the end of the season, but we'll let him finish the season out.
Exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah, but Hugh hasn't even gotten that because I think he's on a game-by-game basis. Mm-hmm. And I think that if he loses to Arkansas, that car will not start. And one very important thing, if this is really John Cohen's decision, like the last part of that is, one important thing to remember on this is, one, and me and you talked about this a little bit Sunday, Nick, he was maybe at Auburn for a month. Whenever Harsin got fired, Auburn didn't have an athletic director. That was the whole subplot of that. And it was a scary time. We were like, well, man, how are we going to hire a coach when we don't even have the guy that's supposed to hire him in place? So it was this rush process. And I firmly believe that when Cohen came into Auburn, he was told, hey, Lane Kiffin and Hugh Freeze are the two candidates. This is the route it's going. We've already kind of gone down this road a little bit. And, we'll do our interviews and negotiations, and it played out the way it played out. I don't believe that was a 100% Cohen had full control of that coaching search. The timing doesn't match up to me to where he would have. Now, fast forward to the basketball situation. Bruce Pearl retires the very first day of practice. So John Cohen really got backed into a corner there. He had to hire Stephen Pearl, and maybe he would have hired Stephen Pearl anyway. But what if he wanted to have a national search? That option was not even presented. That option was not even available to him. So I could make the argument that the two big hires that he's been responsible for so far that are on his resume that the public will look at him and hold him accountable for, he really didn't have any control of them. I don't know how much control he had over the Hugh Freeze one. And the way that Bruce Pearl kind of backed him into a corner there, he didn't have a whole lot of control over that one. And again, I don't know if that's not the decision he wanted to make anyway, but I'm just saying I could see John Cohen saying, you know what? If it really is on him, saying, I'm going to go out now that I have full control, and this one I'm going to have maximum reign of, and I'm going to go out and do a national search. And again, a name that I respect Josh Pate a lot. He said multiple times, I think John Stonewall is the lead candidate for that guy. He's not just out here saying that. That means he's heard from somebody in the know at Auburn that not only are we prepared to move on from Hugh Freeze, but guess who? A couple of candidates that we're very serious about. You don't arrive at all of that if you're not already in the process, if you not already have the discussions. If Auburn loses to Arkansas Saturday, Hugh is getting fired on Sunday, y'all. And that's where I stay on all of that.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I was expecting some more cuss words and some more fiery, but I'll take that.
It's the middle of the week.
I take that. Kendall, let it out, my guy. Let it out.
I mean, ain't too much more to say, man. I mean, he said everything that needed to be said. However, I just feel deep down, man, I think we're gonna ride this out with you. Whether he loses the games or what, they gonna make their decision at the end of the year. I mean, just with what was said, like, he still has people in his corner. So, I mean, he may go up there and he may find, like I told Nick earlier, I told Nick and Marcus earlier, he may come out this next game, since he's seen that people are in his corner, and he might throw a perfect game, man, and may beat Arkansas. But that alone, and then the ref coming out today and being fired, I mean, that to me just gave him more ammunition to his pleading his case. And we're gonna hear that sob story every press conference. Where if we would have came this close, or if we would have had these calls, or we would have had this, it's gonna keep on nudging out until the end of the season. Which, like I expressed, I mean, I want him gone now. The honeymoon phase is over with. Yeah, I appreciate what you contributed to the program, and I wish you the best of luck. But, however, like I said, man, it's hearing what I've heard and like credible people that is around the program and stuff like that, man. Like, I don't think they went into this hire as, okay, if it don't work, it's gonna be a quick out. This hire was for the stability of the program, quote unquote. I ain't saying that's how I feel or how it's been looking, but it was for, because we had that name that we can't sustain coaches in our program. So I don't think they went out with this hire saying that, oh, hey, look, he don't work 2 or 3 years, we out of there. So like I said, with those people that's backing him, I just feel like, yeah, he's on a game-to-game basis, but I really don't feel like nothing will be done this season.
Okay, so I just before we go to Tez, I want to hit on something you just said. You said that you feel as if from people that you have spoken, you said you feel as if this hire was more of to stabilize Auburn as a place for coaches in the future to feel as if, and I'm paraphrasing this, I'm paraphrasing and taking inference from what you said. You feel as if this hire of Hugh Freeze was a way for them to show that they will stick with the coach through the rough times, and to show that there'll be stability for coaches in the future when there does become a coaching search.
Right.
That at Auburn you don't have to worry about being here for just 2-3 years and then have to worry about being fired. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, but I can't say I'm gonna put certain stipulations on it. Now I don't think they planned on it being this bad.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying like it won't. Cause even like I've said plenty of times on the show, man, even when we were at our worst, it didn't look this bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been an Auburn fan for a long time. It hadn't looked this bad. So like I said, the things around it man, you may lose to Georgia, Alabama, boom, boom. But the games that you are supposed to win, you are supposed to win those. We shouldn't be sitting up here talking about, we falling short, or fans feeling like, hey, we might not even beat Mercer. It was never supposed to be that bad.
That's a good point. That's a good
31
point.
to 10 to New Mexico State bad? Is that the kind
Good
of
Right.
point.
we're talking
That's a
about?
good point.
Right. It was
good
never
point.
supposed to get that bad. Yeah, because even when he said it in the press conference about rebuilding programs, but you ain't rebuild. You we went backwards. So like I said, it was never intended for it to be this bad, but I do feel like that when they made this hire, it was based solely on sustaining stuff, getting something built here, and it could have worked. You see the recruiting, it could have worked. But hey man, like I said, man, like I said, I've been frustrated, man, since Texas A&M game. And like I told people, hey, they stopped me. Hey man, you're an Auburn fan. At this point, man, look, man, I'm watching college football. I'm watching college football, man.
That's funny.
Oh man, I didn't get a chance to shout these guys out, man, because when we were going through, because we had some guys talking on the chat, man. But Eric Haley, man, shout out to Eric Haley. He was in the chat with us, man. Appreciate him so much for coming around the water cooler, chilling with us. Also, man, I got Simply was in the chat, man. Appreciate him so much for coming around and chilling with us as well. Wait a minute, I lost his comment. Let me find it one more time, so because I want to be able that he can that they can see it. There we go. Simply, man. Shout out to Simply that was in the chat with us right there, man. Appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler. Tez, it's your turn, man. Tez, we ready to hear it. You want to hear it, Tez.
Oh man. So I'll tell you guys this. I'm gonna repeat this until he loses his job. What must be done eventually should be done immediately. Simple as that. If you don't think the guy's gonna be here in the offseason, you might as well just go ahead and let him go now. Now to Phillip Marshall's comments. I want to start at the bottom actually with that last comment. I think that's one of the most important things that he said on there about John Cohen. It's his decision and his decision only. Anybody over here ever managed people before? Been a manager? Just in charge of a group of people? Okay. I've been a manager before. And I had a similar comment by my district manager before. Like, this is your decision, right? The part that Phillip Marshall failed to put on there is that John Cohen might lose his job too. Like, sure, it's his decision whether Hugh stays or goes. But we're also judging you, my guy. If you hit your wagon to this failing football coach, this may be the last time you wear that Auburn jersey or that nice little Auburn pin that you wear on your suit. He hasn't talked to this guy since the Missouri game. I think that's what he said. He came out and publicly asked for the AD support. That tells me a lot. That speaks volumes. And John Cohen, is not that type of guy. And like I've listened to you guys, Dustin and Mike G, and they all vouch for the type of person that John Cohen is and how present he is. I mean,
his tone, Tez, has changed a lot since SEC Media Days to right now on this topic.
Like, I refuse to believe that a person who will go at a referee like we saw at that Georgia game is just now all of a sudden he just doesn't want to be around the football team no more. like, come on, man. It's like, read the room. As far as Hugh Freeze goes, man, we use the word confidence a lot. I don't think we should use the word confident and Hugh Freeze in the same sentence. I just don't. Was he hired here to change the direction of the program? Absolutely, because they knew that he can bring in talent. Did he do that? Absolutely. Did he coach that talent and put it in the best positions to win? Absolutely not. It's getting to the point where this is getting exhausting.
Mm.
It is. It's getting exhausting to talk about this guy. And I don't, like I said, if y'all watched the last episode, I'm not a big fire the coach type of guy, because I brought up the point that, like, there's a lot of people that have to go with him when you fire a coach that
Yep.
don't make millions of dollars, right? And it's kind of like, you're uprooting families, kids go out and not get put out, but have to change schools and stuff like that. But I've seen enough. I've seen enough from this coaching staff to know that there should be some type of change in order. Now, as far as the boosters go, yeah, they're gonna say all the right things, right? Because saying the wrong things could actually hurt the program in a way. Like, how do we expect other coaches to want to come here and us to put together a coaching staff and build a program if we openly got the people who are paying for it saying these negative things about coaches? It's like, what I mean? You don't want to put out there to another coach like, hey, if I don't do so well, if I, go 6-6, they're going to turn on me like this, right? So they're going to show all the support in the world, but trust me, they do not like the way this program is going. And I actually think, I've said this before, I actually think John Cohen is a decent AD. I think, like, some of his ideas and things that he's the type of person it is, actually can make for a decent AD. I just think that he hitched himself to a coach that is just failing, and he's failing at a sport that pays the bills, right? It's different if this is basketball, if it's different if this is the tennis team or the equestrian teams, but you got 89,000 people showing up, paying $300 a ticket every Saturday. Like, you need to get that right? Because the one thing that Auburn cannot do, and I repeat, the one thing that Auburn cannot do is have that stadium not filled up, right? It just cannot happen. And you can tell that by how much money they invest and how much they invest into the game day experience. I've been to other games and I've been to Auburn games, and Auburn is top tier when it comes to game day experience. The stadium's fun. A lot of people ask, like, why are you guys showing up and selling out these games, even though the football team is doing bad? Have you been to an Auburn game? Right? You leave there disappointed, but you have a lot of fun while you're there, even in a loss. You just do. And it's a great place to watch a football game.
Everything good but the football.
Yeah, everything but the product on the field is amazing. Like, so I mean, I don't necessarily buy it. Do I think, because I thought about this at first, I was like, oh yeah, well, maybe they do have the support, right? And maybe they do support Hugh Freeze, right? But how long is that going to last if this falls through the bottom of the sink? Do I think that, as far as the Arkansas game goes, at Arkansas, I think it's going to be a tough one. I actually got us maybe winning this game, but a lot like that Justin said, you got some L's coming down the road. You know what I mean? You got some major L's coming down the road. And, he ends this 6-6. You definitely have to reevaluate the program. I want people to think about another thing. John Cohen made a very, very pivotal decision that a lot of us criticize when he made it, when it comes to recruiting. When it came to NIL, he took the wait and see approach. He hitched a lot of our recruiting class on the success of this season, right? I want to remind people that signing day is in December now. Once you look at where we are in recruiting, how this season is going, that's not looking so well right now. Are we picking up some recruits here and there? But we need to get the ball rolling on that if we want to have a legitimate recruiting class. And I just refuse to believe that an AD who I undoubtedly probably had a conversation with Hugh Freeze that went along the lines of, hey, we're going to take this wait and see approach with this thing. We're going to do it different from these other schools. I need you to win some games so this whole thing can work. Is going to, at the end of the season, after he's made that type of decision, which, you know, has his job in jeopardy, is going to say, yeah, buddy, I know you went 6-6 and you lost some egregious games, and you ran inside zone on 36, which I think is a fireable offense in itself in a double overtime game.
But we was
know.
averaging 6. We was averaging 6 yards a carry. We was averaging 6 yards a carry.
The fact that he even said that is fireable. So you know he was averaging 6 yards a carry, and you didn't run the ball the rest of the game. And you decide to do it now. That's a whole other conversation. But it's man, I just refuse to believe that somebody who's kind of hitched this wagon to this season. I mean, that's what I took it. That's what I took from John Cohen when he made that decision about recruiting. I sat on here and I defended it. Like I really did. A lot of people were criticizing it. I was like, well, we've got a talented class. We can win some games and it can build momentum and this thing could actually work. Well, the win games part is not happening right now. And it's not happening because we don't have the talent. It's not happening because of ineptitude from the guy holding the headset. Last year, a lot of people was like, hey, you just get rid of the quarterback, you'll have a better team, right? Just replace him with a better quarterback, you have a better team. I would venture to say that this year that should go on the coach. That should go on the coach. You replace this coach with a better coach, we'll have better results on the field. And everybody can see it. It's obvious. I think that John Cohen's reluctance to fire Hugh Freeze may be his downfall here at Auburn University. He may find himself at the unemployment line. And I think that's the part about this whole thing that it's not showing up in the Phillip Marshall reports that he's saying. Because like I said, I've been a manager before and I've had that conversation. My district manager had the same conversation with me. Like, hey, this is your decision to make. Nobody else's. This is your decision to make. But I did also understand that came with the caveat of if you make the wrong decision and this falls through, you're going to be looking for another job. So that's how I took it. I don't know.
Well, I got some guys that want to come in and get in on this as well, too, man. Shout out to our guys, Fire Freeze, and of course, Edward Kid Country, man. What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling?
Good evening, everybody.
What's up, Fire Freeze? How you feeling, my guy? What's on your mind?
Yo.
What's up, Edward? All right, Fire Freeze.
So,
your thoughts, my guy.
I'm done ranted out at this point. Y'all know how I feel about Freeze. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Been that way for a while. I've been thinking about this, and I think Freeze might last to the end of the year. I heard rumblings about it last week. But, you know, they were talking to John Summerall back after the Texas A&M game. If they wait till December 1st, they save $5 million. They may already have their next coach. They may already have an agreement in place with John Summerall, and they're just going to let Freeze ride out the string, fire him, save $5 million, and then bring in Summerall. What do you think about that?
Exactly.
I think like historical context, Auburn waited until the end of the year to fire Tommy Tuberville. They waited until the end of a 3-9 season to fire Gene Chizik. And they gave Gus every opportunity to go 8-4 for a decade before they fired him. And they waited for the end of the season to do that. The only person that, and since I've been watching Auburn football, they fired in season was Brian Harsin. And look, he lost to Arkansas. And I want to bring up a great point that Tez made with this. He lost to Arkansas in what was a dead stadium that maybe had 70,000 people in it. I think that was ultimately why they said, okay, we can't do another week of this. But also, those decision makers didn't like Brian Harsin because he didn't try to be liked. Hugh Freeze is not doing a good job on the field, but the people in charge like him, and the people around Auburn like him because he's a nice guy. Harsin was an asshole that didn't want to be liked, didn't try to be liked. And you guys know in your everyday life, it helps to be liked. Even if you're doing a bad job at something, you can roll on for a little bit if the people like you. So historically, Auburn does wait till the end of the season. Look, they hated Harsin so much. He lost to Arkansas on a Saturday. They let the Sunday go, waited till his birthday on a Monday, and then fired the man on his birthday. That was personal.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
But other than that, Auburn usually waits, and it's a great point that Freeze makes about saving the money, and also like, yeah, if they could already have an agreement with somebody else, they could have already talked to Franklin, Sumrall, just whoever, whatever coach it is, and waiting until the day after the Iron Bowl doesn't change anything. So there's great points that he make, and yeah, if we want it to happen right now because we're fans and we're emotional, but they could have already made the decision. Like, we know we're going 5-7, 6-6. We'll fire them at the end of the year, and we're already having negotiations with the next person. There's nothing to say that that's not already happening as well.
Very true.
That's true. That's true.
Edward, your thoughts, man?
Well, man, this is Auburn University. And all of us know AD don't hire nobody and he don't fire nobody. The last one that went out and hired somebody, he got fired. So what I'm looking at, I wonder who is the booster that's on this side. Because we all know if he got the right boosters on this side, regardless of how we feel, if it's the right people on his side, shit, he might not go nowhere. And you know what I feel about it, but if he got the right people on his side, because at the end of the day, money talk. You don't want to piss nobody off this dumping millions into the program. So Cohen, deep down, I believe Cohen about like us. He want to pull the plug. I believe he ready to pull the plug. But I believe it's somebody, we all know who run Auburn, man. It ain't no secret. Same person run Auburn, run the whole entire Alabama. That K. Ivy right hand man. Not to get political, but we know what's going on. If he got the right guys on his side, and I believe he was smart enough to come in and figure out who's who. That's the type of guy he is. Now he was a good. He'd be good in politics, and he'd be a good car salesman because he know how to say all the right things. And if he got the right people on his side, shit, regardless of how we feel, he probably gonna be there to the end of the year. It was the same way with Gus. Half of them wanted Gus gone, half of them didn't. So that's why he stayed as long as he did. So I'm just curious as to who the boosters is and who the money people that's on his side. And if it's who I think it is, shit, regardless of how we feel. Now I told Caldwell last year to make him hire an offensive coordinator. That's what they should have done going into this year. I don't want to make that move and make him hire nobody. He's still my head coach next year. No, I don't want that. So talking about changing to the staff, no, he got a bad energy about him that I don't even want on the sideline, man. That's just my thought.
Well, I say this: we press treated pie. That's funny. We have went the route of OC and Mike, and shout out to Mike, man. Mike put in the chat, and I wanted to pose this question to you guys. He said he would give up play call and hire OC. Do you think that's potentially what happens at the end of the year?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hugh Freeze is fired, guys.
I put it like this.
No, he's fired.
This man got Auburn fans and their emotions for real, bro. I'm telling you, this is interesting, man.
One thing I do know is like rich people hate being wrong. I tell you that much. That if he does buy him anytime, it's because rich people hate being wrong. Like they want to see something through. They want to try every stop to make it work. That's why you see in the media, like when people make predictions, like they'll concoct a story when that prediction doesn't come come true just to make it right or justify it. And it's like, I think that you see a lot of that going on right now. I.e. boosters telling Phillip Marshall that, he's got the support. You know what I mean? He's just coming up with something because you don't want to be wrong about this, because we all know that like Hugh Freeze is the hire that a lot of people wanted, right? A lot of people a lot of people supported this hire. And I did. Well, I didn't, but I did. What I mean by that is he wasn't the person that I would have hired, but once they hired him, it's like, well, maybe this could work. Who knows? I'll support it. But yeah, look, dude, like I said, rich people with money don't like being wrong, man, especially about decisions like this. So, and it's at a detriment to Auburn. I hate that everything. I hate that we have to be the example for everything. I hate that the rest of the SEC gets to get great refereed games at the expense of Auburn. like wow. why do we have to be the ones that always? It's always like we're the example and the guinea pig. I just I don't know.
I wanted to point something out in this Phillip Marshall tweet. Is that third line? The players and committed recruits remain firmly in Freeze's corner, is what was said in that post there. Now, shout out to our guy Billy McGee in the chat. He said, Dustin, I just heard Deuce Knight has took everything about Auburn off his Instagram. So you know anything about this? I can say that I can confirm that that did happen. There's no post on Deuce Knight's page dealing with Auburn or anything else. So I don't know what to read into that.
I mean, I don't have Instagram. I'll definitely look into if anything's going on after the show. If I was Deuce Knight family, I'd get as far away from the situation as I could and go somewhere where I could actually grow and, reach my potential. I don't want to see, y'all know how big of a fan I am. I came on the show and told you how big a fan I was before the season of Deuce Knight. At this point, I don't want to see Hugh Freeze touch that young man. I think he could be an NFL quarterback, and I don't want to see Hugh Freeze touch him and mess that up. Ted, you brought up a good point about money. I want to think about this real quick. I don't think rich people like wasting their money either, right?
That part,
right.
They want to return. They want to return on their investment.
So you went to these rich people and you asked for a bunch of money for Percy Lewis, and you said, "This is the guy. We need the money for him to fix the left tackle position. Give me the money. I'll make it work." Obviously, return on investment wasn't there.
Shout out to Bobby Louder.
You said, you said, okay. Well, we got this guy who's first team All ACC for Virginia Tech. Give me $1 million plus. If I go get him, I can plug him in at left tackle and make it work. Oh, guess what? Second bust in a row. We could do that same thing at quarterback. Hey, I need some money to go get Peyton Thorne. You know what? We're going to keep Peyton Thorne this offseason. Let's just make sure we keep that. Hey, listen, I know the Peyton Thorne thing didn't work, but trust me this time. You give me 1.5, I'll go get Jackson and I'll make it work. Oh, turns out we're 7 games into the season and you're at half an answer questions about benching him. So at what point do them rich people get tired of telling Hugh Freeze, I'm tired of giving you money and you wasting it?
That's very, very, very good point. Very, very good point.
I would be tired if I was him. I'm not giving you any more money.
That comment that you just put up, Nick, not that one, but the one that we started with about Deuce Knight leaving and taking all the stuff out of his Instagram. I do want to say, I don't care. I'm at the point where I don't care. You know how I arrived to this point is actually listening to you guys, Nick and Dustin. The other day, I was listening to y'all, and I promise you, Dustin made one of the greatest points that I had not considered when he brought up Texas A&M. Why do we care so much? So what? Fire them. The players hit the portal. They leave. We watched Mike Elko come and turn that roster around. Yeah. And they're finna be in the SEC championship damn near this year, right? And that was a historic team that all of them just jumped ship after they got rid of Jim.
Greatest class ever,
right?
Jeff.
Yeah, and it's like I hadn't really thought about that until you said it, and I'm like, why do we care so much, man? Okay, they leave. They not doing. Well, I'm not gonna blame it on them, but it's not working. Right, we're not getting any return on the investment right now, right? Deuce Knight, we don't, as much as we like this kid, we don't know
what's
what
up,
he
Brad.
would be.
What's going on, Brad?
We hadn't seen him play in his offense. We don't know what he would be in this offense. Cam Coleman leaves. Guess what? I said this before. We're probably 2 Cam Coleman drops from winning 2 more games. Not to blame the kid, but he catches 2 more balls, we win 2 more games.
What's up, Tim?
I'm at the point where, man, just let him leave, man. We got the portal. Bring somebody in here that knows how to coach. We see coaches all the time do more with less. Find us one of those guys, man, and then give him the money. Like, don't. I think that's the larger conversation. Is like, we've given Hugh Freeze every single thing. Well, I haven't given him a dime, so I don't want to say we. They've given Hugh Freeze every single amount of money, anything he's asked for. We got this player, we got that player. Let's find a coach that could do more with less and give him that, right? Like, give him that. But I think that's the problem is they won't. They'll find that coach and then they'll penny pinch him. Like, now we can't do that. You know what I mean? And then we'll be a talent issue here. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. At this point, it's just like I said, what must be done eventually should be done immediately.
Well, Billy asked the question. Billy, I do that for you. There it is. That is Deuce Knight's Instagram. It says 0 post, and he has removed post off his Instagram page. I just wanted to confirm for you because you wanted to know, so I confirmed it for you. There you go.
I mean,
Knight has removed his stuff.
Why would it surprise anybody if Deuce walks at the end of the year? His entire quarterback room walked last year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true.
Walker White came in with a whole lot of hype and then walked. Deuce comes in. He probably saw that and like, he had a little question, but I'll give it a chance. And he's watching what's going on. He's like, I got to get out of here. I don't blame him.
Do you think Hugh Freeze told him the same thing that he told Walker White? If you're not the guy by year 2, you probably won't touch the field.
Probably.
I mean, you can look this up. There before Deuce even came, he had a it was like, I guess he was tweeting somebody or something. And he was like, yeah, all he would talk about is money.
Yep.
That was a Deuce Knight quote. So like, man, I'm tired of trying. I'm tired. What this whole we gotta protect this recruiting class and this talent is what got us in this situation to begin with. Like trying to keep this thing like just blow it up. Blow it up, find somebody that can do the job, and then bring that in, man. It's like I made the analogy the last time about like sometimes when we were talking about the coaching search, sometimes when you hit rock bottom, it gives you permission to go into the depths of something and like you know what I mean? Like they talk about this when I just totally left, but they talk about this with mental health, right? It's like having a nervous breakdown. Like everybody says, oh yeah, you go crazy, but guess what that does? It gives you permission to go seek the help that you probably should have been seeking the entire time, but you were embarrassed about seeking because you have this stigma on it and you don't want to do it. But like soon as you go to the nut house, it gives you that permission to like, hey, I probably need therapy and be vocal about it. Man, we probably need that help. Let's just blow it up, let it hit rock bottom, and work our way up, man, while we still have fans in the stand. Because if we keep going like this, like Dustin said, you're gonna tune into an Auburn game, and it's gonna be 70,000 people in the stands, and we're gonna be like, man, I don't even want to watch this no more.
You lose to Arkansas, and then you don't fire Hugh. That Kentucky game might have 75,000 people at it.
I disagree. I disagree with this Ty Simpson burner. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. He said you're looking at a long rebuild. No, I disagree with this wholeheartedly. In the era of the transfer portal, if you get the right guy in that can evaluate talent, because apparently the guy that's been at the head right now doesn't know how to evaluate quarterbacks or the talent of what a quarterback looks like. If you get the right guy in that can evaluate talent and build to what he wants to do in his system, and we cannot sit here and say that Hugh Freeze has not had the opportunity to do that because he's had two top 10 recruiting classes back to back. So he has gotten the talent, and he has said himself that he's been given every resource that he's needed to succeed. He's also said that he thinks that we can have a little bit more depth at other positions, but I think it's just nitpicking, in my opinion. But I will say this though: if you get the right guy in here that has a process and that has a system of building something in, I think it can work. Go ahead, Elwood. My bad.
He got a player development problem, man. Your talent on the sideline, bro. I wouldn't care if all the starter can go. All the starter can go. You got talent on the sideline that should be playing. Hugh Freeze can't develop high school talent. That's why he keep dipping in the portal, bro. What about all these young offensive linemen that you done bought in the last 3 years? You mean to tell me ain't none of them ready?
DeAndre Carter is one of them that I've been interested in seeing.
Why did you go get Eric Singleton? He wasn't necessary. You done getting him, and you were gonna stay in 11 and 12 personnel and not play more 4 and 5 wide receiver sets. You basically done took Malcolm Simmons off the field.
Yep.
Bryce Kane is legit, bro. I saw him watch the kid, Duke Smith, for 4 years right here at Southside. I know what you got on the sideline. You got a dog standing up. He don't drop that pad Cam Coleman dropped, bro. That's a house call. I done saw it. I know what he's capable of doing. So you got some kids, Sam Turner. You got kids standing on the sideline. See, that's what irks me about a lot of coaches. A lot of time, what you need is already there, but you refuse to switch it up and give somebody else opportunities. You know, what you need, you already got. He don't need nothing. He got everything he needs, but he can't coach it. So if you lose some, oh well.
Man,
Oh well, man. I mean, no knock on the kid, but shit. Everybody got to do what's best for them. It'll still be enough talent for somebody that know how to coach. If you can keep their defense together to come and shit, you'll be a playoff team next year with the right leadership. You should be undefeated right now.
Agree.
Your dude ain't. He got a system, bro. His system is outdated. This was 2014, 2015. Had nobody saw this RPO system. You was able to get by with saving them with it. I get it. Everybody else is still running something similar, but everybody else has integrated different things into it. Man, Central Phoenix City offense, Pat Nick's offense over there, that Central Phoenix City, man, better than what Hugh Freeze running at Auburn. That's why Cam Coleman might be taking a step back with this coaching. Okay. You'll see.
Kendall, Fire Freeze, y'all thoughts, man?
Man,
I agree. Why do we bring in Horatio Fields? We already have Perry. And now that Horatio got hurt, Perry gets to see the field. We see Perry blossoming. We brought in the Freeze 4, and we've seen like 2.5 of them. You know, why do you keep bringing in people to put in front of the people that you brought in that were highly touted, and you don't want to play them? Why didn't you try to develop quarterbacks that you had, but you got to go get a bunch of portal quarterbacks? Offensive linemen, you keep going out and get bust tackles. This 2 years in a row, tackles haven't been very good out of the portal. And I wonder if that's a coaching issue more than a player issue. Percy Lewis is doing better this year at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think Jake Thornton's
and now he's. I'm hearing that Kel Ellis wasn't even practicing with Jackson. He was practicing with Ashton, and Mason Murphy was practicing to be the starting center.
Yeah.
Do you not trust the kid? He did pretty good Saturday night. But now you're going to put him back on the shelf? Why? Look what Connor Lew did when you put him in. I mean, I agree. He's got all talent on the sidelines. He's not playing a lot of times. He does not evaluate talent well, and he likes experience over talent. He's always going to choose the senior over the freshman or the sophomore.
Yep.
That's the way he coaches. That's the way he is. He's very old school. It's like, you've got to wait your turn. Players ain't about waiting their turn anymore. They're good enough to start day one. You need to start them. You're paying them all that money because they're good. But now you're just like, well, just sit over there. And that's why they're going to leave. If they keep Freeze, they're going to leave. If they get rid of Freeze, some of them are going to leave. You're not going to get away from players leaving. So pull the Band-Aid, do what you need to do, get a good coach in here.
Kendall.
I've been saying pull the plug, man. I'm still on that bandwagon. I mean, it's over with. That cake has been baked. You might as well take that out the oven. But as far as, like talent-wise and him going to recruit, I always said that he had this system or his aura about himself that he's going to go out and go, he's a pug and go play type coach. So if it looks good to his offense and he can get something going with that, he going to go run to it. And that's what he do in the transfer portal. It looks good. It looked good for Jackson Arnold to come run his offense because he seen some of what he could do and don't give me all that about you ain't know what he could do. Talking about game day about running the ball. You knew that he could run the ball. You seen it. It was on film already. So you seen what it could do, and you banked on if all else fails, I can just run Jackson on him. Make him look good. That's really what it's about. And all this Cam Coleman talk. I mean, how can you really expect a player to gain momentum going into games when you don't even throw him the ball? So those drop passes to me is just the lack of getting him the ball and consistency. And like you said, the scouting players, the whole scheme to 'cause we didn't went on and on about these routes that he runs, these 9 routes, these deep, these stop to come. Man, it's so predictable now that I think everybody plans for it. It's no other way to even put it, man. Cause like you can't move the ball, you can't do nothing. But like I said, or like we have been saying on the platform, it's not about the talent. You have the talent. It's the coaching and preparation from Sunday to Saturday. And you come on here telling me that somebody reported that the team is just not practicing together.
Hmm.
Man, come on, man. Come on. But you know, like I said earlier, we gonna roll it out to the end of the season because I don't see Auburn doing nothing about it. He win. Now it depends on how badly he loses. Now he go out there and he just stink up and we get blown out. He might not even last till the next day. So
Hmm.
I I don't know, man. Like I said, I get so you know, I hate to see people coming to even talk about Auburn now. So, like I said, man, I just get I don't know, man. It's over with. It's over with.
This is what we do around the water cooler, man. We are a fan-centric show, and we let the fans tell us how they feel, man. We want everybody to be a part of it. We want people to understand. We want to see how the people feel. You know, we get on here and talk, but you know, we want other people to come in and talk with us as well to see how they feel and tell us what their thoughts are. They have a different perspective. Do they think Coach Freeze is doing great? Do they think this can turn around? There are some people out there who feel like we really are close. They really believe we are close. And things of
Yeah,
that nature.
our head coach.
But I'm gonna ask
Hey.
this last question before we get out of here, fellas. Go ahead, Tiz, before I ask it.
No, I just wanted to clarify because I see a lot of people in the chat now talking about Cam Coleman. I'm not saying that. I don't want to put out there that I think Cam Coleman is a bad player at all. I think he's extremely talented. In fact, I don't even think that Hugh Freeze has necessarily this misevaluation program problem because
Oh, he
a
definitely has
lot
it
of
at
people.
quarterback. He has it at quarterback.
Well, a lot of people were recruiting these, well, except for maybe Peyton Thorne, but Jackson Arnold had a lot of looks, right? You know what I mean? It's a lot of people were looking at these players. I think what you have here is a situation where you ever got in somebody's car and it was nasty,
Okay,
right?
where we going with this?
Do you feel compelled when you like got your McDonald's in their car to like take that bag and put it in the trash when you get out if the car is already nasty? So, like, that's what I think. It's just like one of those situations, like, you know, the team is just bad. Because you look at what's the tackle name? Now I'm drawing a blank.
Xavier Chapman.
Xavier Chaplin, right? He gave up how many sacks in his career before he got to Auburn?
Less than 7 in 2 years.
Yeah, that's impressive, right? And you don't just forget how to play tackle, and all of a sudden you're having false starts and all these things once in a year over the summer. You know what I mean? That just doesn't happen. I think it's just dysfunction on the offensive side of the ball, and it's affecting everybody. Like, what's the importance of catching the ball when everybody else sucks? You know what I mean? When it's just not going right, right? So that's what I think is. It's just the effects of a bad offense, bro. It's like, you know, you got good players of walking into a nasty house and they don't see any point in throwing my stuff in the trash can. I can just throw it on the floor because everything else is on the floor too.
I want to go back to this one thing. This is the last question I want to ask. I really want to get y'all thoughts on this, man. If Hugh Freeze, and I'm gonna frame it this way. So Hugh Freeze was brought in to be the guy that's supposed to change around the offense, right? His first year there, they hired Phillip Montgomery, the guy that coached Robert Griffin III. the year that he won the Heisman Trophy. Okay, Hugh Freeze basically let everybody know at the beginning of the season he did not really know that offense. So it really didn't gel with him. Okay, it didn't gel. At the end of the season, Phillip Montgomery was gone, Ron Roberts was gone, both of the coordinators was gone. He brought both of his guys in. Now that we've seen what it looks like under Hugh Freeze, Derek Nix, Ken Austin, Jesse Stone running this offense, do you think that there will be an ultimatum put out from the powers that be that you have to hire, that you have to bring in an offensive coordinator, or we will bring in an offensive coordinator that you can't touch? And if that happens, do we see is there a different tone from the fan base as it pertains to Hugh Freeze, as him just being a guy that's just the CEO type coach? You all's thoughts on that? I want to start with Fire Freeze on that
one. Will he accept it? I mean, they can force it on him, but it'll be just like Phillip Montgomery. He's going to get in there. He's going to start tinkering, and he's going to start putting his finger in it, and he's not going to let him run it the way he wants to. No matter what they say to him, he's going to be him, and he's going to be like, I know better. Let me insert myself into this. Even if I don't know your offense, I'm going to stick stuff in there. Thursday, I'm going to come up and add these plays to the play sheet. He's doing that with his own offense. He did it. I've heard from players. I've heard from staff. They're friends of mine. He comes in late in the week and goes, hey, this is going to work. And they ain't practiced it. And, well, you saw that one play, Singleton's running back and forth. Nobody knows what's going on. They all look lost.
Yep.
That's not unique to this year. We've seen it before. They get out there and they're confused because we haven't practiced this. We kind of, where are we supposed to? And you see them, like you said, they didn't forget how Xavier Chaplin didn't forget how to play tackle in a year. I don't think Percy Lewis forgot how to play tackle in a year, but we're going to do it this way. No, we're going to change things up. And it's going to, even if they keep him, they force a OC on him, it's going to be the same thing. He's going to get in there. He's going to meddle. The players are going to be confused, and it's going to be a lot more incongruity, incompetence on the field.
Man. Ooh, yeah. All right, Edward, what you thinking on that one?
No, man, I told Cole Peaston, Christian Clemente, and Caldwell that's what we need to do last year. I recommended that for this season, but not to say I don't know will it work or not work, but shit, I don't even really want him on my sidelines. Just me personally. I mean,
okay, all right, okay. To the point. If let's just say I don't know if y'all remember the year when Gus was calling plays and he was told that stop calling plays basically, and his clipboard went from this big to just like a little square about that big, and basically kind of told like, hey, look, you can't call plays. If we get to that point and you just make him the CEO of the program, he does all of it. He goes out, he's the face of the program. He does the help recruiting. He's the one that makes the hands. He's the one that's raising money.
That's what he should have been doing anyway. Instead of calling damn plays, that's what he should have been doing from the beginning.
Okay.
At age of trying to do all of that and call plays, man, that's who does that? That's what it should have been. That's what should have happened anyway. He should have never went back to the second year. I'm gonna call plays. He should have just went and hired a offense coordinator that if Phillip Montgomery's system didn't match with what you want to do, there's plenty of people out there to run this RPO system. You should have did that in year 2. I mean, you could have found somebody. Throw the bag at Kendall Browse, anybody. You could have found somebody to do similar, but it's too far gone now, man. Don't nobody want. Like I say, it's just it's so many other factors as him as the head coach. There's so many other factors. Go back to last year, calling timeout with 2:01 left on the clock, or got to run my field goal kicker out on the field when I could have side him up a little bit better. I mean, it's so many other factors, man. To where I'm just tired of hearing talking press conference. I just wow, man. I didn't want it from the get go. So but I support him because they hired him. But shit, he wouldn't. Who made him my first? Okay, you look around. I got to go up against at that time. I got Saban. I got Curry. I got all this that I got to deal with. Why in the hell I want to go hire Hugh Freeze?
Well, he did beat Saban twice. That's what they gonna tell you.
That was 2 years ago, man. You lost a new. Man, they should have gave that man his pink slip when he lost to New Mexico State because you'd have had them same type of games to everybody else. Man. I don't know. I don't want no offense coordinator. I want a head coach with some balls on him. That's what I want. Somebody, man. You got punked at home, man.
I like it, man. Kendall, what you thinking on
that? Hey, man, I'm still beating the dead horse. I mean, he ain't gonna he's not gonna turn over the offense, man. He's gonna stick with what he know. He gonna try to manipulate whoever comes in, man. Just let him go. Just let him go. And I don't mean, and let me rephrase about letting him go because I understand, like Tez made a statement earlier. I understand what comes along with it because I too have been in management, and letting go of staff is not everybody's gonna make those millions of dollars on that staff. So letting those people go, my heart does go out to those people. But in a my Cinderella world, just let him go. Just let him go. Cause you bring in the offensive coordinator, 9 times out of 10 is gonna have to be somebody that he's gonna jail with anyway. And I just think Hugh Freeze being a people's guy, he's gonna find a way to manipulate that and give somebody some kind of ideas on how they need to run this or they need to run that, or I would like to see this. I would like because he every press conference, I would like to see, I would like to see, I would like to see. So I would like to see you throw the ball more. I would like to see the drop back game. He's gonna do something to put his hands on that offense. So, like I said, and like Country said, I don't even want him on my sideline, man.
I like it. I like that. I like that. Well, I already know Ted. I already know how Ted's in Dustin feel. So I don't even. I already know how they feel.
I would like to be able to allow to leave the theater.
Yeah. I give you guys this one thing though.
Okay.
I've been an Auburn fan for a very long time, as long as I can remember, and as long as I can remember, this fan base has been complaining about one thing consistently, and that is, we don't want people meddling in the program. Let the coach coach. Right? That has been the thing. Like, give him full control, let him make his own decisions. We've been clamoring for that as a fan base. Like, man, just boosters, the powers that be, stay out of the football and let the coach be the coach. We are at the point now where we're asking the question, should they hire an offensive coordinator and make the coach take his hands off? So we're begging for the boosters now to get back. Guys, come back. Get back involved with the program. Like, come on, man. Just
I think that's a narrative because of the fact that there is a world where Hugh Freeze is not going. So if he's still here, how do you make the best of the situation that you're in right now?
What must be done inevitably should be done immediately.
Hey, I'm with you there, man. Edward, Fire Freeze. Anything else for y'all, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man.
I appreciate y'all letting me talk. That's all. War Damn Eagle.
Shout out to Fire Freeze.
War Damn guy.
Shout out to Fire
Man,
Freeze. Edward, we want to come do a show at your restaurant either next year. Can we do it?
Man, you can come do it tomorrow if you want to, man. The door's always open, baby. When you driving down Highway 14 and you see a billboard on the side of a building with a guy up there with a barbecue grill and an Auburn hat on his head, man, you know you're at the right spot, baby.
Gotta work. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it this season, but we gotta get it set up for next year. Definitely for next year.
We gonna do that, man. I wanted to get together, man, get a bunch of guys together, man, and come to the restaurant and we can do a show or sit there just Just get together and eat, man. I cook for y'all. Just come on. You know, I got you.
Hey, I'm there. I'm there, man. We can make it happen. We can make it happen, my guy. We can make it happen. Hey, man, but shout out to Five Free. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Okay. People come to my restaurants on Friday because they want ribs. Same way like he was hired because we wanted his offense. When they don't get ribs, they mad. They don't want nothing else. They don't want catfish. They don't want pulled pork. They don't want fried chicken. They don't want half chicken. They want my ribs. So when I can't produce the product that the people want, I leave my customers, my fans, they ain't satisfied. So, hey, that's just great. Yeah, man. And this War Damn Eagle, man. Elwood out, man.
Shout out to Elwood. Shout out to Five Free.
That was the benediction. That was the benediction.
That was it right now, man. That was it. Shout out to him.
They want the ribs, bro.
And the bad thing about it is the way the football game is set up, you have to pay money to get into the restaurant. And then you find out what the food's gonna be. So you pay $300 to get into this restaurant. And then it's the food sucked, but I hope you had a good time. It's just a light show.
And then we gotta look. We gotta look at ribs on the other sideline.
Yeah. Like, man, is that a quarterback completing passes down the field? Those ribs look great.
The ambiance of it, man. That's what it is.
Nick, I do want to address something real quick, buddy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, about this comment from Ronnie about Nick Saban never offered Cam Coleman. If it wasn't for a desperate Damian Craig, AU was the only school that heavily recruited him. I told Dustin this years ago when he laughed me off my show. What is and I know that Ted spoke on this. This is why I'm addressing this. Listen, guys, what is more likely, okay, that Malcolm Simmons, that Bryce Kane, Perry Thompson, and Cam Coleman are all bust, and everyone that saw them in high school was wrong, and like Ronnie, the reason I laughed you off my show, buddy, is because if you watch Cam Coleman and think he's not good, you deserve to get laughed off the show. If you think that if Cam Coleman's the problem, you deserve to get laughed off the show. You're also banned from my show because you said stupid stuff like Janai Broome was the problem at Auburn last year in basketball. That's why you're not allowed on my show, buddy, because your opinions are dog shit. Now, like just being honest, just being real. Okay, that's me. I'm not speaking for them, but that's why you got laughed off the show. If you think Cam Coleman or Malcolm Simmons or any of those guys is the issue, that's why you get laughed off. And I saw the other comment about I'm going to be mad if Deuce leaves. I'm not going to be mad if anybody leaves, guys, because like Tez said, this thing got to get blown up. And I want Deuce to be at Auburn. I want these players to be at Auburn and be successful. Robert, honestly, buddy, much as I love Deuce, I kind of want him to go somewhere where he can be successful. And he might need to go to Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin get a hold of him. Because look, at the end of the day, I like good football. And there are a lot of good football players on this team that work really hard, and the head coach is not putting them in position to be successful. So Malcolm Simmons is a football player. It's not his numbers this year do not reflect the type of football player he is. Yes, Cam Coleman's got to catch that football. Nick, I went off on him Sunday about it, didn't I? I said he's making millions of dollars. He's got to make that catch.
You're a millionaire.
Yes, but if you think that Cam Coleman is the problem, buddy, you get laughed off the show. Mine anyway. Problem's Hugh Freeze, and Cam Coleman's gonna go somewhere else and be successful, and he's gonna cash checks to the NFL for a long time, and it will play out that way 100%.
Yeah, man. This was a great show tonight, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Mike said, laugh out loud. Maybe hire Dustin as player relations because I'm weak.
Dude, this guy was on my show every episode, dogging Janai Broome after basketball games. Like I'm not hearing it.
Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, we hope you enjoyed the show. But guess what? Even though we think Auburn sucks right now, I will be here in the locker room on Saturday, giving you the live game stream of the game, man. Here we'll be going 11:30 because it is 11:45 kickoff on the SEC Network. We will be here. So come watch the game with your boy Nick Frazier in the locker room, man. We appreciate that so much. And as soon as the game is over, head on over to Auburn_Addicts TV with our guy, DC Wolf, the mayor, Marcus Fitzpatrick, and everybody's favorite Auburn fan, Auburn Tez, man, for the official post-game reaction show, Tiger Vent. Because I'm telling you, If Auburn loses this game, boy, I'm telling you, them phone lines gonna be blowing up on that on that post game show right there, man. And then, as always, man, make sure that you subscribe to these YouTube channels. As always, man, subscribe to S at SC Season. Subscribe to our guy Tight Sports, Alabama Football Megacast. I got Auburn Addicts over at Auburn Addicts TV, man. I got Dustin over at the Up Tempo Podcast. Be Sharp over at Sharpshooter Sports Talk, man. I got Vandy Chris over at the Golden Broom Podcast. And of course, the Huggy Beard himself on YouTube and Huggy Beard on Facebook as well. Make sure that you go subscribe to JMHO Sports Talk, Just My Humble Opinion Sports Talk with Coach Sean, and On the Block Sports with Coach Carl as well on YouTube. And I saw somebody asking about where can they find Edward's channel, Kid Country. Just type in Kid Country on YouTube and you should be able to find them there. I gotta add all those guys to this graphic here as well. Also, man, make sure that you support the people, rock with the people that rock with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. I got DJ, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood and EY. And then follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Doing great work out there as well, man. And we appreciate him so much, man, for rocking with us. Mess with the people that mess with Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. We appreciate it. We would like for y'all to do that, man. We would like for y'all to do that, man. And as always, before we get out of here, man, I did it again. My bad. Dustin, tell them where they can find you at, Dustin. I know I already.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys having me. Fun as always. Taz, we gotta get you guys. We gotta get all you guys on the show, buddy. Yeah, come
let me know when.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and so listen, Up Tempo Podcast. We are like 60 subs away at this point from 2,500. So if you're not, man, go over there, subscribe today. Got a good episode coming on later this week. Got a special guest I'm fired up for. We're going to talk about the kind of the current state of the Auburn program and what is the move? What does Auburn do at head coach? Because guys, I'm telling y'all, 4 years ago, post Harsin, I was saying it's got to be a number one recruiter. This guy's got to be an ace recruiter. And the way that the landscape has changed now, I think you can recruit without your head coach being, it's going that NFL way. So got a guy that's very, very special guest that's very big in the Auburn media space. Going to come on later on in the week and talk about that. So lock in, man. That episode will drop Friday morning. Come over to the Up Tempo Podcast. Subscribe, like all our content. Follow me on Twitter at DMcShop28. And let's make sure that we get these guys right here, my 3 guys right here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast to 1,000 subs because they're working hard and they deserve it as well. It's much love. I appreciate you guys, man.
Robert want to know, Dustin, when you gonna have him on the
show? Listen, right now, I'll be honest. Right now, I'm scared to do call-ins and all that kind of thing because it's the mood of the fan base is where it needs to be. It's where it needs to be. But I'm scared to give too many people an option right now because listen, man, there's a lot of emotion in this fan base right now, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Kendall.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks.
Yo, man. Like I said, man, it's always good to get on here with y'all boys and talk some Auburn football, man. I love it. I enjoy it. Y'all make it a safe place for me to get my rants out. But yeah, man, you can follow me or check me out on social media platforms. Big Ken, same thing that's on the screen. That's about it, man. I appreciate y'all guys, man.
Shout out to our guy Kendall, man. Always coming through, rocking with us, man. And of course, my guy, Tez. What's up, Tez? So where they can find you at, man?
It's happening, man. You can find me at It's SC Season on all platforms, man. We had a great show yesterday, Nick. Great show, man. Hey,
we did.
Hey, these rankings are going crazy, man. If y'all not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can check this out every week, man. Yeah, we have a blast doing it. If you missed the ranking show, I'm literally about to post the rankings on my Twitter right now. You can find, if you follow me at It's SC Season on Twitter, you'll be able to see that, man. Shout out to Nick for always joining me, man. And yeah, just trying to grow that thing, man, and trying to help him grow his community here, man. I appreciate it's always a pleasure to come talk football. I'll be glad though, like I've only been doing this whole content thing for a short period of time. I'll be glad when I get to say some positive things about football. Like in front of you, I get tired of just bashing these guys all the time, but sometimes they deserve it, man.
Well, we had fun post Baylor game, didn't we, Nick? That was
we
oh yeah,
great.
amazing.
Hey!
That was great. It was fun,
That's,
man.
that's why I feel so bad, because you know how much trash I talk after that game.
Man.
You got me looking like a fool.
And that's the bad part. That's the bad
like-
part.
It's like I used to tell my daughter, like, if you wrong, you better tell me you're wrong. Don't have me coming up to the school acting a fool, and you know you're wrong. And that's what happened to me after that Baylor game. Like, they knew it. They knew it the whole time, and they got me out here in the streets. Just I feel bad. I feel bad.
Oh man, it's okay. It's all right. We were all bamboozled, hoodwinked. We was all led astray. Man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us, man. Before we get out of here, man, make sure we have about 33 people watching us on Twitter right now. And I would love for all 33 of those people on Twitter to hit the follow button over there on Twitter at CoolestPod23, man. I appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. On Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. And as always, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button here on YouTube. We're trying to reach 900 subs. And we appreciate y'all so much for helping us get over 800 last week, as a matter of fact. We got over 800, I want to say last Wednesday or Thursday. We got over 800 subs, man. And we appreciate y'all so much for helping us get there. So now we're trying to climb the 900. Keep bringing you some good quality content, some good fun content. And hopefully we'll be able to start, get recognized. And hopefully we'll be able to start bringing in more guests around the water cooler and things and stuff like that, man. So we appreciate that, man. And I also want to shout out Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to our guy Jimmy the Bag. Shout out to our guy Wine Time Sports that was in the chat earlier, man. Shout out to Dabby Cab, all those guys over at Pub Sports Radio, man. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to them, man. They do a hell of a job over there, man. Shout out to them, man. If you like betting on games, if you like picking spreads, if you like picking over-unders, if you like that, go over there and check those guys out, man. Shout out to Jimmy, shout out to Wine Time, shout out to Cap over there, man. I appreciate them so much, man, for letting me come over there and cap with them on some SEC games. Yeah, man. That is it for us, man. We'll be back Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Another call-in show, and then of course we'll be talking some more about this Auburn team. Maybe we'll talk some more about some of these, and of course we'll talk about some of these matchups that's gonna happen in the SEC this weekend as well. But before that, man, we thank y'all so much again as always. We about to get out of here, man. As always, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, man, y'all have a great one, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all get the man upstairs. I love you.
Have a good week, buddy.
Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his, because he deserves all the praise and all the glory, man. And we appreciate y'all so much, man. We'll be back Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We'll be back around the water cooler. Until then, it is one love. And your boy Nick and Water Cooler Talk, we all like this thing, man. Y'all be easy, man. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace. We are gone just like that.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.